Hello everybody and welcome to the Molineux reaction show on Redmen TV. I have just come outside the ground to tell you that Liverpool have progressed to the FA Cup fourth round, as if you didn't know already. We overcame Wolves 1-0 at the second time of asking in the replay in the Midlands, and it was a deserved victory actually from the Reds. Jurgen Klopp made some changes to the starting lineup. He brought in some fresh faces, some faces that have been on the periphery of things in recent weeks. A few of the fringe squad players came in and they absolutely delivered. The likes of Harvey Elliott, Fabio Carvalho, Stefan Bajcetic, superb to a man, every single one of them. Bajcetic in particular, in the heart of the midfield, playing in the sixth role, was sublime. Everything he did was absolute perfection. He was ran ragged by the end of it. He couldn't barely walk. He was cramping up. He could hardly move. But even then, he managed to pick himself up off the ground, deal with a few situations, recycle possession, keep the Reds in control of the ball. He was outstanding tonight. I can't praise him highly enough. His tackling, his retention of possession, his positioning, everything he did was perfect. And a lot of the young lads were really on it, actually. And they showed a lot of the senior figures who've been struggling in recent weeks what it's all about and what it means to pull on that red shirt. It was as if they've been watching on going, what do I need to do to get a chance? And the minute I do get a chance, I'm taking it and I'm not letting it go. Harvey Elliott obviously answered his critics with a worldie of a goal as well, and you can see just how much that meant to him. He was over the moon. His celebration was boss. It was incredible. It's a boss moment for him. Even after the match, he was the last one to go in after all the other players had left. He was over them. He was just delighted, absolutely delighted to get the winner after what must have been a tough few weeks, because we were playing him a lot, we were calling on him a lot, and then he was kind of taking out the firing line a little bit, and he did come in for some criticism. But what a night for the lads. Fabio Carvalho as well deserves a special mention, because we haven't seen him for weeks either. He obviously scores the goal against Man City in the League Cup, comes off at half time, and we just don't see him kick a footy. But tonight he was superb. That bite and that press he delivered from the left hand side of the front three was what we've been missing for a while, and he delivered it perfectly. He really did. Thiago back to his brilliant best in midfield as well, but every one of them was kind of following James Milner's lead. Like, he was the catalyst behind so much of that performance for me. And I know he's at right back, but his inspiration, his leadership from there, and his showing of the way just made everyone sort of grow in stature and say, well, if he's doing that, we need to follow. And it worked perfectly. It was so much more like a Liverpool performance that we've become used to seeing under Jurgen Klopp especially. It was everything about it. I'm not going to stand there and say it was perfect, because it wasn't, because there was elements of it where we could have been better. We perhaps could have killed the game off early if we'd have been really clinical, but it was just so much more like it. And the Reds I was in there with tonight, including myself, are going away feeling much more positive about what's to come this season. And we needed that. Like I said earlier on this week, I think it was on the build-up show, like, we need a win of any description to get some confidence back into this football club, and to get some confidence back into Jurgen Klopp, the fan base, and of course the squad. And we did it. And we did it in some style as well. The 1-0, yeah, it's not the most flattering scoreline of all time, of course, but the passion, the desire, the hunger, the mentality, and everything we've sort of built this side's foundations upon was back, and that's so key. That is so key for what's to come the rest of this season. It really is. In terms of individual performances, Naby Keita deserves a special mention. He was superb as well. Cody Gakpo, another promising performance from him. Still early days, obviously, his Liverpool career doesn't quite look up to sort of what we want him to do just yet, but you can tell he's a really intelligent footballer. There's no two ways about that. Yeah, boss night really. Ibu Konate as well was excellent. Kevin Keller coming in, calm as ever, calmest man on the pitch, time and time again. He's a phenomenal second choice keeper, let's put it that way. He really is. He is a phenomenal second choice keeper, and the longer he stays at Liverpool Football Club as a second choice keeper, the better. I know that might be asking a lot because he's that good, but my word. Joe Gomez as well. Kostas Tsimikas comes into side too. Both excellent. I hope you haven't missed one. Ben Doak comes off the bench, and that kid is sublime. That kid's got real talent. Like, even in sort of tight areas where you think, oh, you need to keep it now because if we lose it we're in trouble, he finds a way. He beats people. He has a little bit about him, even like the physicality. He's not afraid of any of that. He really isn't. So yeah, wonderful night, boss night. The travelling cop, excellent. Yeah, can't complain really. Voice is going ever so slightly, but yeah, the Reds, I'm not going to say we're back just yet, but we're showing the green shoot of recovery, let's put it that way. I'll sign off in a second, but before I do, Stefan Bajcetic, just what a performance. Like, I watched the game back sort of in the morning and watch it properly and make sure I haven't sort of over-egged his pudding somewhat, but he was outstanding in my opinion, just from watching on in the stands. Like, he just mopped up everything. He was there at every situation. And don't get me wrong, when Fabinho came on for him, Fabinho was also brilliant. So they all look like they've received a bit of a telling off maybe in recent weeks, so they've all realised themselves that the performance hadn't been good enough. Whatever it was there in spades tonight, and it was a good, positive night, and it was just what we needed, like I say. So, yeah, happy days. Yeah, up the Reds. Up the Reds. That'll be me for the Molineux reaction. Yeah, thanks for watching, those that did. It's absolutely freezing, by the way. Sorry I keep dropping hands, but it is Baltic out here, literally like -1 or something. Make sure you watch all the other content. Make sure you head over to Redmen Plus and watch that content as well. We've got all kinds going on all the time as ever. The Reds are into the 4th round FA Cup, where we will meet Brighton and Hove Albion for a potentially redemption story after what happened the weekend just gone against them down on the south coast. Let's hope we see a little bit more of that for the rest of the season. I'm not saying we're going to be consistent and go to the top 4, because let's be honest, we haven't quite proven that just yet. But what I just witnessed tonight over the 95, 96, 97 minutes, whatever it was a lot more like it from the Reds. Yeah, I've been Dan Club. You've been watching the Molineux Reaction Show. That's been Redmen TV. I'll speak to you again soon. See you later.
Each and every single month, you could be entered into a prize draw for, generally speaking, some signed Liverpool memorabilia. You just need to be a club legend at redmenplus.com. Honestly, we've given away some absolute belters over the last year and a half, and you could be the next winner.